Well, we look pretty good right now, and that's kind of bad news, especially when you're expecting strong to severe thunderstorms later on. I'll explain that when you can expect those storms coming up.
The High Court has put an end to the debate over same-sex marriage. I'm Craig Boswell at the Supreme Court with more on the decision and reaction both inside and outside the court.
A big weekend for Lexington's gay community has gotten even bigger with the Supreme Court ruling on marriage.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey reporting it is a historic day in the country. Gay marriage is now legal in all 50 states. We'll have much more on that ruling and how it will affect Kentucky coming up. First, though, we're tracking severe storms in the bluegrass again today.
And that's why this is a First Alert Severe Weather Day to help keep you informed and safe. Let's go first to WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center. Micah.
Yeah, you're looking outside and saying, well, I don't see anything. I don't even see many clouds around my neck of the woods. You shouldn't at this moment. It's really late in the afternoon. You start to see those clouds build, and you also see those thunderstorms move on in. You can see that back toward the west as clouds are building to our western zones. Now, live sky camera, it's a beautiful shot, but like I was saying in the headlines that you just don't want to see sunshine on days that you are expecting strong to severe storms. Reason being, it really builds that energy and really helps those storms kind of move on in and just soak up all that energy to get bigger and bigger and stronger. That takes you off into the evening and off into the nighttime hours. I'll really jot down that hour-by-hour timing, just about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. We thank you.
The Supreme Court announced a momentous ruling today.
Justice Anthony Kennedy wrote the dissent. The 14th Amendment now grants the right to same-sex marriage. That ruling affects all 50 states. CBS's Craig Boswell is outside the court with the details of the historic decision.
Crowds outside the Supreme Court erupted in cheers as soon as they learned the court ruled same-sex marriage is now the law of the land.
This is a wonderful day for equality. It's a great victory, and it's a victory for love.
In the 5-4 decision, the court says the 14th Amendment requires all 50 states to issue a marriage license between two people of the same sex. Justice Anthony Kennedy wrote the majority opinion saying marriage is a fundamental right in which homosexual couples must share, and it would also be a violation of equal protection to extend that right only to heterosexual couples. President Obama praised the decision of the court.
This ruling will strengthen all of our communities by offering to all loving same-sex couples the dignity of marriage across this great land.
The conservative justices on the court each wrote their own dissent, but all agreed states should be allowed to create their own laws. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote, the people of a state are free to expand marriage to include same-sex couples or to retain the historic definition.
What this decision represents is over 50 million Americans that their voice and vote does not matter.
The ruling is the largest expansion of marriage since the court struck down bans on interracial marriages in 1967. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
All right, obviously we should have said Kennedy wrote the decision, not the dissent. He was in the majority opinion. Now, the Supreme Court's decision affirming the right to gay marriage came as a 5-4 vote.
And that vote affects the Commonwealth, of course. Kentucky's ban and ones from 3 other states went before the High Court. Our Washington Bureau Chief Jacqueline Policastro continues our team coverage from the Supreme Court.
Good afternoon, Bill and Barbara. While the court's decision impacts all 50 states, Kentucky is one of the 4 states that prompted the court to make this historic decision. Here's a look at how Kentucky ended up here. In 1998, state law was passed to exclude same-sex couples from the definition of marriage. In 2004, Kentucky passed a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriages. In 2014, the legal battle intensified. A federal judge ruled Kentucky must recognize same-sex marriages performed elsewhere, and the state's ban violates the U.S. Constitution. Greg Burke and Michael De Leon, who met at UK, were among the couples who sued, wanting their marriage recognized in Kentucky. 2 months ago, the High Court heard arguments on cases from Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, and Michigan. Now the court has ruled gay and lesbian couples in all 50 states can already marry. Plus, in Kentucky and the 13 other states with bans, the states must stop enforcing them. Reporting at the Supreme Court, Jacqueline Policastro, WKYT.
Jacqueline, thank you. And people from all across the country are reacting to the historic ruling, including people right here in the Bluegrass.
The decision comes as the Lexington Pride Festival and other gay rights events are happening in town this weekend. WKYT's Victor Puente is live at Keeneland now, where one of those events will take place later today. Victor?
Well, this was already a big weekend for Lexington's gay community, but what was planned as a rally is now a celebration. One of the organizers of the Fairness Awards says they expected that ruling to come down on Monday, but are happy to have it early. This is the 8th year for the Lexington Fairness Awards, and this year they're taking place at Keeneland. He says he's been amazed to see how public perception towards same-sex marriage has changed over the last 10 years. Before the awards, there will be a rally downtown. They anticipate one of the Kentucky couples who was a part of that ruling to be there. Tomorrow's Downtown Pride Festival begins at 11. The chairman of Lexington Fairness says he anticipates a big celebration.
It's a joy to know that they understood that we weren't asking to have special rights, that gays and lesbians across the entire country weren't saying, you know, give us something special. All we were asking for was give us the equal rights and the equal protections that our neighbors have. And today the court affirmed that that was the case.
About 15 minutes ago, Governor Beshear released a statement saying Kentucky would recognize all out-of-state same-sex marriages as well as those performed in Kentucky. Fayette County Clerk Don Blevin's office has been pretty busy since that ruling came down. He told us he hasn't issued any same-sex marriage licenses yet. He said one issue is that the current marriage license they have only has room for a bride and groom. He said they're waiting for a more universal one, although the governor's office has said they will be releasing these to county clerks across the state today. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Ann Mers, who is the head of Lexington Fairness, said that they do anticipate some counter-protests at tomorrow's Pride Festival. The Family Foundation has said they believe the ruling is an abuse of the power of the court. Stay with WKYT for updates on today's Supreme Court ruling, and later today we'll be talking with county clerks about what this ruling means for same-sex marriages across the Commonwealth in terms of a timetable. And we'll keep you updated as always at WKYT.com.
Almost every single fire truck in Madison County responded to a fire that destroyed a family's home this morning. Crews were called to a home on Carla Drive just before 5 o'clock, and the early morning storms may be to blame for that massive fire. WKYT's Hillary Thornton has the latest on the damage.
Here on Carla Drive, just outside of Richmond, it has been a busy morning for crews after an early morning fire that officials believe was caused by a lightning strike destroyed a family's home. And now that that fire is out, they begin searching for any valuables and keepsakes that can be salvaged.
Neighbors in the Cross Creek subdivision say just after 4 o'clock this morning, they heard a large boom that shook their entire house. And when they looked across the street, they saw the home on fire and their neighbors running outside to safety. The Madison County Fire Chief says when they got to the home, flames were already shooting out of the roof, and a big issue with battling the large fire was their water supply. Firefighters say the hydrants simply did not have enough pressure, requiring them to call in every tanker truck throughout Madison County except one.
Having water, I'm not going to say we'd have saved much more. This house was rocking when we got here. It was when I was probably the third one on scene, and it was really getting on with it. It was once they get in that attic area like that in the event itself, they're really hard to stop. Really hard to stop.
Friends of the homeowners say they are obviously in shock, but are thankful that they did get out okay. They also say they had a house full of family from out of town here celebrating a birthday, and they all had just left last night. In Madison County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Thank you. And friends of the couple have been gathering things to help with the family respond from that.
They've been volunteers for a long time in the community, and they're now obviously in need of help themselves after that horrible fire. The early morning storms also dumped a large amount of rain. That led to some flooding in parts of Madison County. One driver was stranded on Walnut Meadow Road just off I-75 in Berea. The driver was able to get out of that vehicle safely. There was also a van nearby. You might be able to see that in the distance that was also stranded. The good news is that most of the high water in that area has since receded.
Now we're tracking the latest after a woman was killed in a crash in Carter County. It happened just after 5 this morning on Interstate 64 at mile marker 167. Kentucky State Police say 49-year-old Beth Thompson hydroplaned on a water-covered roadway. When her car came to a stop, another vehicle crashed into her car. Troopers say Thompson was pronounced dead at the scene. That crash is under investigation. Additional rounds of storms are expected tonight. We can help you track the storms wherever you are. Download the WKYT Radar app for your smartphone or check WKYT.com.
Hope you'll stay with us now on this very busy day here on WKYT. International authorities are investigating after a beheading terror attack in France. We'll have the update on that.
And funeral services are being held today for a slain state senator in Charleston. We'll have the latest.
It affects